My name is Mary Grant.
First things first, I'm Filipino.
I'm 37. I'm an actor, writer, producer, and I'm Filipino-American.
I'm half white, half Filipino.
My mom is from Manila, which is Pura, Pampanga, and my dad is from Ohio. My dad is Scottish and Austrian, so they're really big, huge Caucasian people. And then my mom's like a tiny little Filipina, so I'm like right in the middle. I always get Mexican, Latino, Hawaiian, so I usually try and explain I'm mixed. I'm definitely unapologetically Filipino. I'm very proud.
I'm Filipino and I just can't fight it.
I'm a military brat. My dad was in the Air Force. I just happened to be born on the Air Force Base in Turkey. We left Turkey and went to Clark Air Force Base when I was 3. I was there from 3 to 6, and even though it was a really short amount of time, that time just being surrounded with my family has really impacted my whole life. On the weekends, we would always go to the barrio, and my mom would send me with my cousins. My apu, she had a sugarcane field, she had a pond, she had a big farm, so we would just run around like crazy. Just being surrounded by family like that, even though it was such a short amount of time, you know, it's still so fresh and so vivid, like, because it's so true to my heart and it's still there. So, you know, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like, I wish I could go back to those days.
I got 2 million cousins, I ain't even frontin'. We're all related, now ain't that something?
Most of my generation, like my cousins, were all mixed. All of our dads are military, all of our moms are Pinay. So we were scattered all about the US when our dads retired. So my apu would go live with somebody, you know, take care of the kids for a couple years, and then she'd live with me for a couple years. It really impacted me because she is the matriarch of our family. You know, she had 7 children. She raised all of them on her own by herself in the Philippines. And then she took part in raising the grandkids as well. She's what strength is to me. You know, I always want to be like her when I grow up. You know, I have a tattoo, and that's my apu's symbol. So all of the cousins, my generation, we all have that to remind ourselves that, you know, if our apu could do it in the Philippines and raise these children and a whole family, a whole generation, then I can do anything.
V-I-N-O-Y.
We landed in Virginia when I was 7. Growing up Asian in Virginia, it was difficult. Nobody in Virginia even knew or had seen a Filipino person. Now, moving to the States in the late 80s and then the 90s, it's not as diverse, it's not as accepting of diversity as it is now. Kids would be like, you're different. Why do you, oh, you have a flat nose. Oh, you have like slanted eyes. And I was like, but it's pretty. So, you know, so it was really difficult. My apu, my mom, they have always from day one, have always instilled in me to be proud of who I am and where I came from. They were like, no, you're Pinay, you're strong Pinay. So that's really carried on with me.
Island woman rise, walang makakatigil. Brown woman rise, alamin ang iyong ugat. They got nothing on us, nothing on us, nothing on us, nothing on us.
I've met so many Filipinos here that they didn't grow up speaking Tagalog. Their parents didn't teach them, but we all have that common thread of we always want to learn more about like where we came from. The one common thing that people can come together on is food. Everybody knows lumpia and pancit and adobo. So if I can bring that to the table just to get people talking and getting people to bond and experience, and you know, that's really a good common ground to start with, is introducing the food, because if they enjoy it, they always want to learn more. So that's a great opening to expressing more of the culture and teaching other people more of our culture. So I create content, I make memes and videos. Meghan Trainor, she had this song, You Know I'm All About That Bass. And it was like all over the radio, on every single TV station. Everybody knows that song. So I thought okay, I'm all about that bass, but me, I'm all about that Filipino food. I wrote some words down. I showed it to one of my friends. He has a video production company in San Diego, and he said, hey, why don't we make a music video out of it? One of the comedians, her name is Christine Gambito, she saw the video and she shared it on her page. And I was just like fangirling, just that she saw my stuff. I'm a nobody, like I just made it for my friends and family. And when she shared it, it kind of got my ball rolling, and then people were exposed to, oh my gosh, this is so funny. We want to see more. We want to see more.
Let me see. This is on Facebook? Huh? Why you have this on Facebook?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Of course, when I first started, my mom and my aunties, they were offended. But once the ball started rolling and my mom started seeing the feedback on my videos where people would comment and say, oh, I love the sound of that. I could listen to that all day. It reminds me of my Apu, or it reminds me of my Lola. Oh, it reminds me of my mom. And then I would see other cultures, like I'd see Caucasian people, they would tag their friends. Oh, this reminds me of your mom. I love her. She's so sweet. Like just bringing that together. And my mom seeing such a positive response. Now she's so proud of me, and now she loves it. Definitely the biggest Filipino trait that has helped me be successful and that I try and embrace and embody all the time is how Filipinos are so welcoming and warm, and it's all about the family. When I meet people now in the industry or I meet new friends, we're always trying to help each other out. If I hear that somebody has a problem, what can I do to help? You need something, tell me when, tell me where, I'll give you the shirt off my back.
Filipino food is where it's at.
I've been doing the social media content creator route for about 3 years now. The past year I started getting into doing short films. So ultimately I'd like to continue that path. Ultimately, if I could have my own show one day, Mary Takes on US, where I'm trying to find my Filipino. There's a Filipino dance group in Mississippi. There's a Filipino food festival in Memphis, Tennessee. Like these little teeny tiny towns are having these Filipino gatherings and festivals. I would love to seek these people out and see, how did you get here? Your American dream. I would just like to keep creating content and be a part of something bigger, to keep highlighting and showcasing who I am and who we are. For the Philiams out there, I say just keep being yourself. Don't ever apologize for who you are. Don't lose your culture. Keep cooking the foods that we do. Keep telling the stories. Keep educating the newer generation. Don't let it die.
And that's enough.